Have you ever wondered if the routine you've trusted your entire life, that daily shower or relaxing soak you thought was keeping you clean and healthy, could actually be doing more harm than good after 70? What if the very thing that once gave you comfort is now quietly drying out your skin, draining your strength, or making your bathroom a hidden danger zone? It sounds hard to believe, doesn't it? For decades, we've been taught that staying spotless means bathing often. But in our later years, the story changes, and what you learn next might surprise you. In this video, we're peeling back the curtain on how often seniors should bathe. And trust me, it's not what you've been told all along. We're talking thinner skin, hidden health risks, and a surprising shift in what cleanliness means after 70. Stay with us until the very end, because we're unpacking 7 jaw-dropping facts that could completely rewrite the way you or your loved ones approach personal care. Plus, you'll get the one expert-approved trick that keeps seniors fresh and healthy without ever needing to step into a slippery bathroom. You won't believe how simple it is, and missing it could mean missing out on a safer, more comfortable life. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. Daily baths can harm senior skin. Aging is an inevitable journey, and as we cross the threshold of 70, our skin embarks on a profound transformation that fundamentally alters its composition and behavior. Decades of research, including pivotal studies from institutions like the University of Pittsburgh and the University of California, San Francisco, have illuminated the scope of these changes. With advancing age, the skin thins considerably. Its outermost layer, the epidermis, loses density while the underlying dermis weakens due to a decline in collagen and elastin production. Sebaceous glands, responsible for secreting the natural oils that once kept skin soft and plump, slow their output dramatically. Sweat glands, too, become less active, reducing the skin's ability to regulate moisture. The result is a complexion that's not only drier, but also far more fragile than in youth. Lacking the robust, oily shield that once protected it from the elements, for seniors, the daily ritual of bathing, particularly with hot water, aggressive soaps, or prolonged soaking, can turn this natural vulnerability into a full-blown health hazard. Each shower or bath strips away the dwindling reserves of sebum, the skin's protective oil, leaving it exposed and defenseless. Dermatologists note that this process doesn't just cause superficial discomfort, it sets off a chain reaction of deterioration. The initial consequence is dryness, an aged sensation that can feel tight or prickly. This often escalates to persistent itching as the skin's compromised barrier triggers irritation. In more severe cases, the condition known as xerosis takes hold. Xerosis, derived from the Greek word for dry, transforms the skin into a rough, scaly landscape, sometimes dotted with cracks or fissures that sting with every movement. These cracks aren't trivial. They can bleed, inviting infection or exacerbate underlying conditions like dermatitis. Beyond the physical toll, overbathing carries practical implications for seniors' quality of life. Imagine the frustration of constant itching that disrupts sleep, or the pain of flaky skin catching on clothing throughout the day. For those with mobility issues or arthritis, the effort to bathe daily might already be taxing. Adding skin damage to the equation only compounds the burden. Research suggests that hot water in particular accelerates this harm by dissolving lipids, fatty compounds critical to the skin's barrier, while alkaline soaps disrupt its natural pH, which hovers around 4.5 to 5.5 in healthy states. For older adults, this isn't just about vanity or comfort. It's a legitimate health risk. Compromised skin struggles to fend off bacteria, fungi, or allergens, potentially leading to infections or worsening chronic wounds like ulcers. What begins as a well-intentioned hygiene habit could over time silently undermine a senior's resilience, making the case for rethinking how often they step into the shower. Less bathing lowers infection risk in a world where cleanliness is often equated with frequent washing. Here's a revelation that might stop you in your tracks. For seniors over 70, bathing less often could bolster their defenses against infections. This isn't mere speculation. It's a finding grounded in science, with evidence emerging from sources like the New England Journal of Medicine. Researchers tracking older adults discovered a striking pattern. Those who reduced their bathing frequency experienced fewer skin tears, those small but treacherous rips in the skin that seem minor but carry outsized consequences. Unlike the resilient skin of youth, which bounces back from scrapes with ease, aging skin is paper-thin and slow to mend. Tears in this delicate tissue heal at a glacial pace thanks to diminished blood flow, a weakened immune system, and a drop in cell turnover, all hallmarks of aging. These open wounds become gateways for bacteria such as Staphylococcus aureus or Streptococcus, which can trigger cellulitis, abscesses, or even systemic infections like sepsis in severe cases. The connection between bathing habits and skin tears lies in how water and soap interact with aging skin. Frequent washing, especially with hot water, erodes the lipid bilayer, a microscopic shield of fats and oils that holds skin cells together and keeps moisture in. Harsh detergents amplify this damage by breaking down proteins like keratin, leaving the skin brittle and prone to splitting under the slightest pressure. Think of pulling on a sweater or brushing against a rough surface. Scrubbing, a common habit to feel clean, adds mechanical stress, further weakening the skin structure. Over time, this relentless cycle of washing and drying creates a battlefield of microabrasions and tears, each one a potential entry point for pathogens. By contrast, seniors who bathe less, say every other day or 2 to 3 times a week, give their skin a chance to retain its natural oils and rebuild its defenses. Spot cleaning with a damp cloth for areas like the armpits or groin can maintain hygiene without subjecting the entire body to a full rinse. The benefits of this approach extend beyond infection prevention. Fewer skin tears mean less pain, fewer trips to the doctor, and a lower risk of complications that could spiral into hospital stays. Critical considerations for seniors with limited mobility or resources. The New England Journal of Medicine. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Falls are a bigger threat than dirt for seniors. The bathroom isn't just a place for grooming, it's a potential danger zone. And daily, bathing significantly heightens the stakes. The American Geriatric Society has sounded the alarm on this issue, emphasizing that falls rank among the leading causes of injury and even death for older adults. Statistics paint a stark picture. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, more than 1 in 4 adults over 65 experiences a fall each year, and these incidents account for millions of emergency room visits, countless fractures, and a substantial number of fatalities. For those past 70, the risk escalates as muscle strength wanes, reflexes slow, and conditions like arthritis, neuropathy, or osteoporosis erode balance and stability. Wet. Slippery surfaces, think glossy tiles slick with soap suds or a tub's smooth enamel, turn bathrooms into a veritable minefield for seniors already grappling with mobility challenges. Daily baths amplify this peril in ways that might not immediately register. Each trip to the shower requires navigating a gauntlet, stepping over a tub ledge, balancing on one leg to enter, or maneuvering out while dripping wet. Add in the fog of steam obscuring vision, the disorientation of heat, or the fatigue of standing for too long, and the odds of a misstep skyrocket. The American Geriatric Society notes that bathing routines often coincide with peak fatigue times, morning grogginess or evening exhaustion, further compounding the risk. A fall in this context isn't just a bruise or a scare. It can mean a broken hip, a traumatic brain injury, or a spiral of complications that erode independence. Contrast. This with a reduced bathing schedule, say once or twice a week, supplemented by sponge baths or sink washes for key areas. This simple adjustment slashes the number of high-risk bathroom visits, cutting exposure to that treacherous environment by half or more. The trade-off here is clear. Spotless cleanliness pales in comparison to physical safety. Dirt, sweat, or a faint odor pose far less threat than a fractured femur or a concussion. For seniors living alone or with limited support, avoiding a fall could mean the difference between staying in their own home and transitioning to assisted care. Practical adaptations like installing grab bars, using non-slip mats, or switching to seated showers can help. But reducing bath frequency tackles the root issue: fewer trips, fewer chances to fall. The data backs this up. Studies show that fall prevention strategies focusing on minimizing unnecessary risks yield measurable declines in injury rates for older adults. Prioritizing safety over an arbitrary standard of daily hygiene isn't just prudent, it's a life-saving recalibration of priorities that puts well-being first. Your body cleans itself. Yes, really. It might sound like a bold claim, but your body is equipped with a remarkable self-cleaning system that operates without a drop of water or a bar of soap. This isn't a new age gimmick. It's biology at work, honed by millions of years of evolution. The skin, far from being a passive canvas, is a living ecosystem teeming with beneficial bacteria, natural oils, and a finely tuned balance of pH and moisture. These elements collaborate to keep it healthy, resilient, and surprisingly clean. For seniors whose skin already contends with age-related fragility, overbathing disrupts this intricate machinery, washing away the very allies that protect it. Scaling back on showers, letting the body do its job, can preserve this natural harmony, offering a compelling case that sometimes nature truly knows best. At the heart of this self-cleaning system is the skin microbiome, a bustling community of microorganisms, bacteria, fungi, and even microscopic mites that colonize its surface. Far from being germs to eradicate, many of these microbes are symbiotic partners. Species like Cutibacterium acnes and Staphylococcus epidermidis feast on dead skin cells, sweat, and excess oils, breaking them down into harmless byproducts while outcompeting harmful pathogens. These beneficial bacteria also produce antimicrobial compounds. Think of them as tiny chemical weapons that fend off invaders like Staphylococcus aureus, a common culprit in skin infections. Meanwhile, sebum, the oily secretion from sebaceous glands, coats the skin in a protective film, trapping moisture and repelling dirt. Dead skin cells slough off naturally through a process called desquamation, shedding grime along with them. Together, this trio, microbes, oils, and cell turnover, keeps the skin in a state of dynamic equilibrium. No scrubbing required. Frequent. Bathing, however, throws a wrench into this elegant system. Hot water dissolves sebum, leaving the skin parched and defenseless. Harsh soaps with their high pH kill off friendly bacteria, disrupting the microbiome's balance and paving the way for irritation or infection. For seniors, whose oil production is already diminished and whose microbial diversity wanes with age, this overzealous cleaning can tip the scales from health to harm. Research from dermatology journals, including studies in the Journal of Investigative Dermatology, suggests that excessive washing correlates with higher rates of dryness, eczema flares, and even allergic reactions, all signs of a system out of whack. By contrast, bathing just a few times a week, perhaps with mild pH-balanced cleansers when necessary, allows the skin to stabilize. Odor, often the biggest hygiene concern, can be managed with targeted washing of high sweat areas like the underarms or groin, leaving the rest of the body to its natural rhythm. For older adults, this approach isn't just practical, it's liberating. It reduces the physical demands of bathing, preserves skin integrity, and aligns with how the body was designed to function. Historical context bolsters the argument. Humans thrived for centuries with minimal bathing, relying on nature's toolkit. Long before daily showers became a cultural norm in the 20th century, seniors today can take a cue from that resilience, trusting their bodies to maintain a baseline of cleanliness and health. The result? Skin that's less irritated, more balanced, and better equipped to fend for itself. Proof that stepping back from the soap can sometimes be a step forward in well-being. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. 5. Experts say once or twice a week is enough. Prepare for a revelation that might upend everything you've been taught about personal hygiene. Leading experts in geriatrics and dermatology now recommend that seniors bathe just once or twice a week. This isn't a call to abandon cleanliness or let standards slip. It's a deliberate, evidence-based shift tailored to the unique needs of aging skin and bodies. Far from neglect, this approach reflects a growing understanding of how overzealous washing can harm rather than help those over 70. It's a radical departure from the daily bath mantra ingrained in modern culture, but one that's gaining traction. As science peels back the layers of what truly keeps us healthy in later life, the recommendation comes from a chorus of authoritative voices, including dermatologists, geriatricians, and researchers who've studied the interplay between aging and hygiene. For instance, guidelines from organizations like the American Academy of Dermatology and insights from specialists at institutions like Johns Hopkins University underscore that frequent bathing isn't a one-size-fits-all necessity. Aging skin, as we've seen, is thinner, drier, and less oily, making it prone to damage from water and soap. But the advice goes beyond skin deep. It's about aligning hygiene with a senior's overall condition. Experts emphasize that bathing frequency should hinge on individual factors: activity level, health status, and personal comfort. A sedentary retiree who spends most days indoors, for example, generates far less sweat and grime than a younger, active person, or even a senior who gardens daily. Someone with incontinence or chronic wounds might need targeted cleaning, but a full-body soak, not so much. This tailored approach dismantles the outdated notion that daily baths are a universal gold standard, a rule rooted more in 20th century marketing than in medical need. It doesn't hold up for seniors. Consider the evidence. Studies show that overbathing correlates with higher rates of skin breakdown, irritation, and even pressure sores in frail adults, while less frequent washing preserves the skin's natural defenses. Practicality plays a role too. Bathing once or twice a week, supplemented by spot cleaning with a washcloth for areas like the face, hands, or groin, maintains hygiene without the toll of a full rinse. Experts also point out that odor, often the biggest driver of frequent bathing, is manageable with minimal effort. Deodorant, a quick wipe, or a change of clothes can suffice. For seniors, this isn't about cutting corners. It's about adapting intelligently to what their bodies demand, proving that less can be more when guided by science and common sense. Daily baths can exhaust seniors. Bathing might seem like a simple task, but for many seniors over 70, it's a grueling ordeal that exacts a steep physical toll. The Journal of the American Medical Association, JAMA, has spotlighted this often overlooked reality, detailing how the act of washing can drain energy reserves, strain aging bodies, and even trigger debilitating symptoms. What feels routine? In youth, stepping into a shower, standing under a stream, or climbing out of a tub morphs into a marathon of effort as muscles weaken, joints stiffen, and stamina fades. Scaling back to fewer baths doesn't just protect skin or reduce fall risks, it conserves precious energy, transforming bath time from a burdensome chore into a manageable ritual. The physical demands of bathing are multifaceted, and JAMA's research breaks them down with sobering clarity. For starters, standing for 10 or 15 minutes under warm water can tax the cardiovascular system, especially for seniors with heart conditions or poor circulation. The heat dilates blood vessels, potentially dropping blood pressure and leaving them dizzy or lightheaded, a recipe for fainting in a slippery space. Then there's the breathlessness. Those with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, or weakened lungs might struggle to inhale steamy air, panting through what should be a relaxing moment. For the millions of seniors with arthritis, nearly half of adults over 65 per the CDC, every move hurts. Bending to wash feet, reaching to scrub the back, or gripping a bar of soap inflames creaky joints, turning a bath into a gauntlet of pain. Even stepping in and out of a tub demands balance and strength that may no longer come easily, especially if neuropathy has dulled sensation in the feet. The aftermath is just as taxing. Toweling off, drying hard-to-reach spots, and dressing afterwards sap what little energy remains, leaving some seniors so wiped out they need to lie down. JAMA notes cases where this exhaustion lingers, cutting into the day's activities. Think skipping a walk, missing a meal prep, or dozing off instead of socializing. For those with frailty or chronic fatigue, daily bathing can tip them into a cycle of depletion, eroding their independence. Contrast this with a lighter schedule, bathing once or twice a week, perhaps with a chair in the shower or a handheld nozzle to ease the strain. This preserves stamina for what matters, playing with grandkids, tending a hobby, or simply enjoying the day. Studies back the benefits. Reduced bathing frequency correlates with lower reports of fatigue and improved mood among seniors, suggesting that energy conservation boosts not just physical health, but mental well-being too. For older adults, dialing back the shower routine isn't a concession. It's a strategic choice to reclaim vitality and keep bath time from becoming a battle. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 3 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. 7. Hygiene isn't just about bathing. Here's the biggest paradigm shift of all. Hygiene isn't synonymous with a full-body bath, and for seniors that's liberating news. The idea that cleanliness demands a daily soak is a cultural relic, not a universal truth. And modern alternatives prove you can stay fresh, healthy and dignified without stepping into a shower or tub. Wet wipes, hand washing, oral care, fresh clothes, and regular grooming form a toolkit of smart, tailored self-care that sidesteps the risks of frequent bathing while keeping seniors comfortable and confident. This isn't about lowering standards, it's about redefining them to fit the realities of aging, proving that effective hygiene is less about water volume and more about strategic, individualized choices. Consider the options, each a practical powerhouse in its own right. Wet wipes, those pre-moistened marvels, offer a quick, gentle way to clean key areas like the underarms, groin, or face, where sweat and bacteria tend to gather. They're soft enough for fragile skin, require no rinsing, and eliminate the need to stand or balance in a slippery space. Hand washing, a cornerstone of infection prevention, tackles dirt and germs where they're most likely to linger. Fingertips, that touch doorknobs, food, or faces without subjecting the whole body to a wash. Oral care, often overlooked in the bathing debate, is a hygiene heavyweight. Brushing teeth, flossing, and using mouthwash banish bacteria that cause odor and disease. Keeping breath fresh and health intact, fresh clothes, light, breathable fabrics swapped daily wick away moisture and odor, while a quick comb through or wipe down of hair maintains a polished look. Add in targeted solutions like deodorant or a spritz of body mist, and you've got a regimen that delivers results without the rigors of a full rinse. This approach isn't just convenient, it's a game changer for seniors facing physical or environmental hurdles. Picture an 80-year-old with shaky hands or a bad knee. Wrestling with a showerhead or climbing into a tub might be daunting. But wiping down with a cloth or swapping a shirt, that's doable. For those in colder climates, where wet hair and chilly bathrooms invite shivers or pneumonia risks, Dry shampoo or a warm washcloth beats a full bath, hands down. Studies support the shift. Research in geriatric nursing highlights that seniors using such bathing alternatives report feeling just as clean and socially presentable as those who bathe daily, with fewer skin issues or fatigue complaints. It's a dignity-preserving strategy, especially for those with caregivers, since it empowers them to maintain hygiene on their terms, not a rigid one-size-fits-all schedule. Hygiene, it turns out, is less about soap suds and more about what works for the individual, making it a flexible, low-risk art form for seniors to master. The bottom line for seniors over 70, the daily bath ritual, long celebrated as a cornerstone of health and propriety, might be quietly sabotaging their well-being. The evidence is stacking up, and it's hard to ignore. Aging skin, with its thinning layers and fading oils, suffers under the onslaught of frequent washing, turning dry, itchy, and cracked. Safety concerns loom large, with slick bathrooms posing a fall risk that far outweighs the threat of a little dirt. Energy demands climb, draining stamina from bodies already stretched thin. Yet the body itself offers a counterintuitive wisdom. Its natural cleaning systems, from beneficial bacteria to shedding cells, thrive when left alone. Together, these factors point to a new truth: less frequent bathing, think once or twice a week, tailored to personal needs, could unlock healthier skin, fewer hazards, and a richer quality of life. This isn't a one-off hunch. It's a convergence of science and practicality, backed by experts from dermatology to geriatrics. The American Geriatrics Society, the New England Journal of Medicine, and the Journal of the American Medical Association all chime in with data showing that overbathing harms more than it helps, while reduced routines protect and preserve. Picture the benefit: skin that stays supple instead of scaly, mornings free of exhaustion or treacherous slips, energy saved for a walk or a chat instead of a shower slog. It's not about abandoning hygiene, but reimagining it, swapping the tub for a wipe, the soak for a fresh shirt, and trusting the body to handle the rest. The key is customization. A marathon-running 75-year-old might need more than a bed-bound peer, just as climate, culture, or health conditions shape the ideal rhythm. That's why talking to a healthcare provider is crucial. Whether for yourself or a loved one, they can pinpoint the perfect balance, blending medical insight with personal quirks. Who knew that stepping back from the tub could be a step toward better living? It's a quiet revolution in self-care, flipping decades of habit on their head. For seniors, it's a chance to shed an outdated burden and embrace a lighter, safer, more vibrant way to age. Less water, less risk. More life. That's the unexpected promise of bathing less, and it's a truth worth soaking in. Take a moment and ask yourself, what part of this video really made you stop and think? Was it the idea of skipping that daily shower for something gentler? Or maybe realizing that staying clean after 70 isn't about doing more, but doing what's right for your body now? Whatever it was, I'd love to hear it. Share your thoughts in the comments, whether it's a tip you're going to try or something you'll pass along to a friend. And if this video gave you something to think about, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support truly means the world, and it helps us keep bringing you simple, powerful ways to stay healthy and feel your best, no matter your age. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.